Most of us watch The Pursuit of Happiness and think it's all about one man's incredible drive to succeed, right? But what if I told you the title itself is actually kind of misleading? What if the real story isn't about one man chasing his own happiness, but about him protecting it for someone else? Let's dig into this. It's a really powerful way to see the film.
See, this single idea right here, it changes everything. It's the key that unlocks the entire story. All of a sudden, the film stops being about what Chris Gardner is trying to get for himself, and it becomes about what he's willing to give up. It's not about chasing a dream, it's about being a shield for one. So let's back up for a second. Who is Chris Gardner in this story? Well, he's brilliant, he works hard, but his defining quality, it's this almost stubborn refusal to give up on his dream. He just has this deep down belief that he's meant for more and absolutely nothing is going to get in his way. His first big swing is betting everything he has on these portable bone density scanners. I mean, everything. And it's a total flop. A complete disaster. The whole thing not only wipes out his savings, but it also destroys his relationship, leaving him a single dad with pretty much nothing. And this failure, this is where his real journey actually kicks off. From this moment on, Chris's life isn't just a challenge. It's an absolute non-stop roller coaster of hardship. Seriously, every single time you think, okay, he's hit rock bottom, the floor just opens up beneath him again. The number of things that go wrong for this guy is just staggering. It's not just one bad thing, it's a constant storm. His last medical scanner gets stolen, twice. He gets evicted, finds a new place, and then gets evicted from there too. He even spends a night in jail over unpaid parking tickets and then, believe it or not, gets hit by a car while rushing to a make-or-break interview. It is literally just one thing after another. But here's the amazing part. None of it, not a single setback, makes him quit. We live in this age of instant everything, where we want success to happen overnight. Chris's story is such a powerful reminder that anything truly special in life takes time and a kind of painful, concentrated effort. Okay, but this is where the whole story flips. While we're all watching Chris fight tooth and nail for his own career, we're actually missing the real story unfolding. It's all about the quiet, constant sacrifices he's making, not for himself, but to shield his son from the crushing reality of their situation. I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, you have Chris's reality. He's literally starving, sleeping on the cold floor of a public bathroom. But on the other side, that's his son's experience. Christopher always has something to eat. He always has somewhere warm to sleep, even if it's just curled up in his father's arms. Chris basically becomes a human shield, protecting his boy from the awful truth. So this idea of a father protecting his son, it's more than just a moving part of the plot. It's actually a huge metaphor. The source material we're looking at suggests that what Chris does for his son on a small scale is a version of a much, much bigger and often invisible kind of protection. Which, of course, leads to the big question. What is this larger parallel? How does this one father's struggle in a movie connect to a huge theological idea about protection and sacrifice? And here it is. This is the core idea. Chris Gardner is a shield protecting his son from all the dangers he can see, homelessness, hunger. This interpretation argues that this is a mirror for what it calls a good father, God, who protects us from countless dangers we cannot see, from harsh realities we're not even aware exist. So what kind of unseen things are we talking about here? Well, think about it. Every near miss you've had in traffic. Every time a serious illness was going around and just didn't get you. Every single time you walked away from a situation that, looking back, could have gone horribly wrong. It's this idea of a constant, invisible protection that we never even realize is there. And this brings us all the way back to that title, The Pursuit of Happiness. Because if you look at it through this new lens, then maybe we've all been thinking about it backwards. Maybe happiness isn't something you chase down at all. Here's the final takeaway. True happiness isn't the fancy job Chris lands at the end of the movie. No, the most important happiness in the entire film is the one he gives to his son every day. It's not something he achieves, it's a gift, pure and simple, that comes from selfless sacrifice and a deep, protective love. And that leaves us with a really deep question to think about. When we see this story through the lens of sacrifice, we have to wonder, is happiness really something we find for ourselves through sheer force of will? Or is it a gift that we receive from a love that protects us in ways we can't even begin to imagine?